What is up, legends? Today, back at it, back on the YouTube grind. Today is a very special one. I'm going to show you guys what I did to become hyper successful, condense all of my daily tasks. We're taking everything we're doing in a day, the whole workload, and we're listing it out so that you cannot possibly fall a victim to your subconscious mind and do all that self-destruction habits that are going to prevent you from achieving your true ideal self. So with that being said, that's a quick preface. I just want to say that by doing this, it removes analysis paralysis, which is basically a term used to describe when you have a bunch of options in front of you. You know, you want to do this, you want to start business, you want to start making some money. You also you still want time for yourself to go to the gym, and you still want to level up your relationships. You still want time to read. You still want to get smarter and more intelligent. All of those things, but you wake up late. This has happened to me so many times where you just don't know what you can do. You know there's a lot of shit you could be doing, right? And that's not the problem. The problem is when you have all that stuff you want to get done, it becomes too stressful. It's actually a psychology term, the whole analysis paralysis, because when you're given too many decisions to make, you end up making no decisions at all and basically end up becoming subconscious, autopilot, sleepwalking, zombie, human. Again, this isn't to bash you because this is me too, but I'm just saying you don't want to be like that and end up going on TikTok all damn day. So, I know a lot of us have been victims to that, but let's get started. All right, so what I'm going to do here is create a schedule for the entire week. So, I'm going to create an event. We'll do sleep plus recover. We'll do this. This is basically just when I'm asleep, right? So we're gonna do 10:30 to p.m. until, where is it? 6:30 a.m. Honestly, we're gonna go 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. because that's 8 hours, and I want to get up pretty early. Let me just make this smaller quick so you guys can see. Okay, sleep and recover, and then we want to set it to repeating. We're gonna do custom, and then we're gonna set it to repeating every day. Weekends should be no different, boys. And of course, it's going to start there. Hold on, let me redo this. It is thunderstorming where I'm at. It has been like 2 weeks nonstop of just rainy shittiness where I'm from. And this is pissing me off too. But don't let anything stress you out. Okay, so now that we have that, then we go up here. Cool thing about that. Anyways, Google Calendar is being difficult, so because it's already Wednesday and I'm restarting this, it won't let me do before that. But just pretend that it's the whole week and it'll automatically jump into next week and continue this pattern as long as we set it up right, and I will show you how to do that. So, after 6 a.m., what you're going to want to do is add some sort of morning routine. So for me, this is morning routine, which is my fasted cardio, as well as my electrolytes and 32 ounces of water, as well as my digestive drink and cold plunge. And all in all, that should only take about 30 minutes to get me primed for the day. So we're going to do 6 a.m. to 6:30 a.m. And then we can even um, custom. So boom, there we go. We got that. And then we can play with the colors. I like to do this too. So they stand out. Boom. I know that's my morning routine. This is my rest time. I like to associate different colors with different meanings. So recovery, I want to make that, let's go with purple. I like that. For recovery, I know that's recovery. And wow, it is really storming where I'm at. Starting to get scared. Just kidding. So then after that, we're going to go straight into our meal one. And I'm going to make my meals a specific color too. So 6:30 shouldn't take me more than 30 minutes to cook and eat. So we'll do that. And then remember to set it to repeating, custom, every day. Want to eat the meals at the same time every day. And then for food, I'm going to make that orange. Okay. So this is going to be specific for you. So for me, I know what I got to do for my work. I can tell you what to do for fitness, but I can't tell you what you do to make money. But for me, it's going to look a little bit different than you. But I would recommend doing this anyways. I designate my own time just to read. I don't have like a specific amount of pages, but I would say anywhere from, let's go 50 pages, which shouldn't take me that long because I love reading, especially the book I'm reading right now. I know that won't be hard for me. And then I'm also going to include 50 pages plus, while I'm reading, I'm going to get ideas and brainstorm. So I'm going to do notes and reels. So this is the time where I get the brain flowing with all these ideas, all this information. And then for me, for as a fitness coach, I like to post about this stuff and talk about the stuff that I'm learning because that also benefits my viewer and it also benefits me because I am verbalizing what I learned and vocalizing it and explaining it, which is going to help me learn it and retain it better. So I'm going to keep this, we got to set this to repeating. Custom, this is kind of the annoying part about it. Boom. Save. There we go. Right after that, I'm going to get straight into my Reels plus editing plus YouTube, where I'm going to be doing my researching for my YouTube videos, my Reels, stuff like that. And again, don't worry about this. This is what I'm doing. You guys can put whatever you want to do. Maybe you're a day trader. Maybe you're in real estate. You want to check the markets early in the morning. Shit. Might get hit by a tornado, boys, so this might be the last you ever hear from me. But God is with my side, so don't gotta worry about that. But I'm just gonna go ahead and give myself about an hour or two, hour and a half of working here, and then let's go custom again. Let's go Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And then from there, we can go into even more work if we decide to, which I'm just going to go ahead and put here research. Actually, I'm going to put work on clients, programs, and take calls. So this is like what I like to say is you just want to make it as simple as possible because you could just get super hyper specific with everything, which I also think is a good thing. However, you give yourself too much, it's just not gonna, you want to keep it simple. So I'm keeping it simple here, and this is just going to be an hour of work again. Okay, boom. And then we had our first meal, let's see, at 6:30. So actually what we're gonna do here, drag that down, drag that down, and then right here, we're gonna do meal two. Okay, now we got all our ducks in a line. And like I said, color code this, all events. So I know that's my second meal. So that's my bad. I missed that. Now it's 11 a.m. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm just gonna put film YouTube video. Because now my brain is fully primed from the reading and from already getting my physical, my cardio, my cold plunge, my I'm drinking coffee. I already had a meal or two. I'm fully primed. So now I'm able to Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Let's pull this up. So yeah, if you look at this here, I'm not sure if you can see. Looks like it's only working on this tab, but basically you need basic food, water, your social, all that stuff. I already got it taken care of. Now I can actually put my full true output into my YouTube video, which is what I want to do. So, start to see here how I'm getting a lot done before a lot of people are even awake, especially my age group. A lot of college kids are definitely sleeping in because they're drunk from the night before. And I already did way more than they would get done in a week in just one day. And that is the advantage. You gotta have this brutal competitiveness. Gotta edit this though. Save that. Okay. Now I'm gonna eat my pre-workout meal. Remember, high carbs here. And we're gonna do this from 12, 12:30. Shouldn't take any longer than that. And remember, it's food again, so we're gonna make it that color, but we gotta remember to do this. I know this is annoying, but bear with me. There we go. Orange. Okay, so now is the fun part of the day. Go to, or we're just gonna go train intense at the gym. And then for this one, you're gonna do it for your split, not just every day, because you're not gonna train every single day. So this is where it starts to get different. I train on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So boom. And it should be a little bit longer than an hour. I'll give myself from 12:30 to 2:30 because I like to train for a while. Get all good shit in. Okay. And then we're going to make that red so it stands out. This is my training. Boom. But you can see how this starts to come together. Now, after that is going to be my post-workout meal event. And it doesn't matter if you're not training that day, you're still gonna eat the same meal, the same diet. A lot of people like to talk about carb cycling and everything like that. But while you're recovering, it's actually as important, if not more important, that you're still getting the same nutrients that you're used to every single day. So we'll give ourselves a good 30 minutes here and then custom every day. And the meal timing is important too, because now you never have to guess what time you have to eat or when your meals are. You just look at your Google Calendar and you can see. Boom, boom, boom. You can also set it up so you get notifications directly to your phone, which will make it a bit easier to remind you if you're someone who forgets a lot. Okay, and then remember again, orange. And then we're gonna do work session with friends or family. This is the relationships aspect. So this is a different category. So now we're gonna do this for about 1.5 hours. Custom Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And for all you watching that are entrepreneurs, as myself, I'm sure you can relate to this, feeling isolated all the time. And it makes it easier when you set time aside for yourself to actually just, you know, be with the people that you need to be around. Because at the end of the day, you can go in this doing it all alone, grinding, but that's probably going to be detrimental. And all the powerful historical figures spoke about work is your net worth. And I'm sure all the successful entrepreneurs watching know this rule as like-minded individuals together and all you're talking about is money or all you're talking about is lifting, you're going to get better at those things, especially when you hang out with people that are better at you than something. So some of you need to stop hanging around losers who are dragging you down that are talking about smoking pot and watching Scooby-Doo and playing Minecraft because that is the lowest vibrational state you could possibly be in. You need to hang out with winners who are doing more than you, who make you feel insecure. They should. Instead of doing that, letting your ego go to the side and accepting that, okay, I'm lower than this person and I can learn a lot from them. And that's what I do. I hang out with a lot of people bigger than me in the gym, know what they're talking about with bodybuilding, helping me out, making me grow. Even though I'm a fitness coach, I'm not a bodybuilding coach and I'm trying to get big like a bodybuilder. So I'm hanging out with those people. I'm hanging out with people that are making money, that are traders, that are starting other AI agency businesses, learning about how the world works and how the money's working. Anyways, from here, we're going to add oh, research good YouTube or educational YouTube videos. YouTube is basically like reading on steroids in a different way of learning. I mean, reading is my favorite, but you can also do this to educate yourself because there's a lot of good educational people on YouTube you can watch. And I'm just going to give myself 2 hours for this because I like to just sit down, take notes, and learn and digest this information. And it's blue because it's work. So there we go. Boom. And now, after that, we can start to, then we can eat meal 3, which will be our last meal. Edit this. But this will be our last meal for the day before bed. We go to bed early because we want to conquer. And if you can't get that simple habit, then how are you going to do anything else if you can't get up early, go to bed early? Because at the end of the day, at nighttime is where all the temptations come out, to scroll. There's nothing really going on. There's nightlife. People are out, going out, drinking. Listen, I've been to college. I know that whole thing. As well as just temptations, lust, stuff like that creep out at night. Save that. I don't know what that thing is in the way. And we did orange for the meals. So boom. And then we're going to do red light or blue light, glasses, no blue light, read, and journal. So this reflects the spiritual goal of winding down, reading and journaling so you understand yourself and you understand where you are in your life, and actually putting it on paper and basically manifesting and setting up for success by writing down, I intend to do this. This is what I'm thinking. This is my consciousness. This is where I'm at right now in this time fragment, and here's where I want to be in the future. So when you're writing those things, you're basically like putting it out to the universe, and you're also reciting it to yourself and understanding yourself a lot more. And it helps with intelligence too, as well. So let's go like this. I keep on fucking forgetting it. Pardon my French. But this is kind of ticking me off right now. So there we go. Save that. This one will go purple because it's kind of like that relaxed, same as resting. And then we will do shake our supplements and head to bed. Because we all know once we get in bed, it takes a while to fall asleep. So in bed by 9:30, and then by 10 p.m., hopefully we're asleep and recovering. So here we go. We'll do purple again, and then set this again. And that's pretty much it. That's pretty much what I do on a daily basis. If you look at it, sleeping and recovering, waking up, morning cardio, my morning routine, electrolytes, digestive drink, cold plunge, all that. Meal one, getting primed straight away. Then I'm reading 50 pages of high intelligence information. I got books right here. I actually want to keep this one gatekeep. But as you can see, I'm reading a lot of books and all downloading all this information and actually retaining it with notes, ChatGPTing it, asking what am I supposed to get out of this book before you read it, reading it, and then explaining it. I'm teaching my audience, I'm educating, I'm posting on my platform, which ties directly to my income and my work. Then I'm going to hit another meal. And then that's when I start doing my posting, my editing, my YouTube, that sort of thing. Then back end stuff, working on clients' programs, taking calls, client calls or onboarding calls, whatever. And this schedule might look a lot different. Once I start taking on more clients, I'm gonna have to make more time for that and adjust this accordingly. So keep in mind, this is just for where I'm at now. But I've had many before too, so this always changes, and it's nice to refresh and make a brand new schedule every once in a while. And then I'm gonna film a YouTube video every day, and then that's another goal. Pre-workout meal, hitting those meals. Train intense at the gym, reminding myself to, train intense. Post-workout meal, work session with friends or family, the relationships, that's reflecting another goal of mine. And then researching, another one is intelligence, getting smarter here, and then another meal, and then prioritizing my rest and my recovery with my blue light glasses, not allowing myself to stay up all night. No screens, sorry. Read and journal, my spiritual, and then taking my supplements and heading to bed. And that's really all I got for you. And I promise if you can make this out and actually adhere to it and stick to it, this is how you can structure it, and it removes that analysis paralysis. So good luck, soldiers. Hope this one has helped, and go kill everything with maximum intensity and fight.